There we go. Hello, everybody on the YouTube. This is a Toonkind 12 FPS. My name is Wiss. I am joined by my lovely friend over here.
Hi there, I am Morsky, also known as Morskyish, but most people call me the former. And shenanigans went a little bit bonkers, so hi.
Yeah. This first little segment of this recording, unfortunately, is recorded in post. We realised that our recording software was not actually picking up our voices for a good 30 minutes of our FPS, so we have come back in post to give you a brief explanation of what you missed, and then the audio will be kicking in shortly and you get to listen to the rest properly. So
We got to do some casual time traveling for this, so
yeah,
it's good. We're doing our best.
we're doing our best with what we've got. Word of the wise, check your stuff works before you actually start. But anyway, so we kind of started our FPS with Rai and Hugh exchanging letters because Lynn had invited Hugh and March over for connections of a network. Rai has access to Hugh's address, so he sent Hugh a letter saying, "Hey, talking with you about magic stuff sounds cool. Let's do some more of it. Come over and visit." And they exchanged
Hugh
letters and worked it out. And
It's like Hugh essentially went, heck yeah, and he jumped right on that.
yeah,
And he brought the books with him.
he
brought too many books with him and got a 0 on his strength roll.
A 0, a big fat 0. Oh boy, and we pictured it. We pictured it.
Like
him getting. He managed. You actually, what did you roll to get to network? You rolled a 19 to get to network.
Yeah, you absolutely nailed survival. He knows how to. He knew how to get to network. But then he probably knocked on the door, and then too many books. You just kind of got Hugh buried in the pile of books at the foot of the steps.
Yeah, so Rai kind of
took 3 damage.
It was 3 damage, yeah, and Rai flings open the door, and there's nobody there. Wait a minute, and he looks down, and he got a dirty 20 on his perception check there, and saw the little tuft of blonde hair and the little boots of Hugh underneath this big pile of books, and he did in fact get laughed at.
To be fair, Hugh also laughed a bit at it too, but he was pretty embarrassed, but oh well.
Yeah, and I mean,
things happen.
Rai then proceeded to roll a 2 on his own strength check, so he wasn't doing that much better. So they did. There was a cute little exchange of, I think it went along the lines of, "Why didn't you put it in your hammer space?"
And Hugh, there's a beat before Hugh face palms and goes, "I forgot."
And there was more laughing.
Yeah.
And they got to sort of shovel all of these books into Hugh's hammer space so they could actually get inside the door.
Hammer space is really convenient.
It really, really is.
Especially when you're a shrimp like these two and have trouble lifting things that are too heavy.
Yeah, that's it.
Like a pile of books.
Rai did also notice the flower that Hugh now wears on his hair tie.
Yep. Minor redesign, baby. But there was that. He probably showed it a bit, and then these two walked up the steps like normal people and didn't jump up like hooligans. I'm looking at you, Lynn.
And Rai did make a point of, I made a point that I don't play network, but Rai did make a point of humming distinctly in network speech at network to, give them their space. And also, you can say hello to Hugh, but please don't knock him over. He just fell and hit his head.
And I mean, Hugh didn't understand that, but he's very appreciative of not being knocked over again. He
So
doesn't. He doesn't need to get to half health in just a friendly visit.
yeah, no, that
Please.
seems a bit excessive. So we kind of hand waved it at Network, gave him a little small gust of wind, hello, and then left them be. And then the two of them headed upstairs. And I can't remember exactly how they got onto the topic of hot chocolate, but Rye distinctly decided that no, hot chocolate is good. Oh, that's right. He picked up something in Hugh's expression when they were talking about the flour that he wasn't. There was something, he didn't know what, but it's like, you know what works? Hot chocolate works. And so they, between the two of them, managed to make some pretty average hot chocolate and some pretty average mess in the kitchen.
You know, as it goes. I guess that'll be Lynn's problem later, but
Well, yeah.
yeah, hot chocolate. Like, I believe he was the one who managed to find the sugar while Rai got the rest, and just like, there was a mess.
There was a mess.
But it's okay, that's not their problem right now.
No,
These two.
they're there to have a good time. They're there to have a good time.
Yeah.
So after the successful hot chocolate,
Heist.
Rye got a bowl out of the cupboard and put it on the table, and then sat down with Hugh. And I think Hugh got his staff out.
Yeah, he pulled out a couple of books, because, hey, that's useful when you're a wizard, and he pulled out his staff, because, hey, way of channeling his magic.
And Rye got out his wand, which, for anyone not familiar with it, it is a stick. It is about an 8-inch stick with a small fork and one green leaf.
It is very cute. And
I mean,
on Hugh's
it's on brand for Rye, I guess.
Hey, he's a cute kid. He should have a cute wand. And on Hugh's end, his staff is a little bit more fancy, but he got help making it, and it has a crystal on its tip, and it has a dark blue ribbon, which is pretty on brand for Hugh, and 2 feathers tied to it.
Rye, on the other hand, found his under a bush. So, you know, not quite as glamorous, but he was very appreciative.
Works, right?
Yeah, that's it. Whatever works. I'm just looking through our roll zone log to try and remember everything that we got up to up until this point. And I think they talked about how they were picking up magic for a little while, and then it looks like Hugh cast Shield in order to show off some of his magic.
Yeah, which, like, there was a bit of talk about, hey, what magic can we do? And, like, Rai showed off how he can cast some fire. And Hugh
and Goodberry. Rai also cast Goodberry and put the berries in the bowl and shoved the bowl over towards Hugh and go, here, eat some berries.
It's yours now. And, like, Hugh on his end just showed digitation, and, like, essentially Hugh cast electricity spark, because that's also on brand for him. And I think they talked a little bit about, like, lightning bolt, the different spells they can use, and he was essentially mentioned how he can use spell sculpt so that his damaging spells can do no damage.
Yeah. And I can't remember exactly what Rai was saying before, but he was looking at the shield, and then I remember he asked how strong the shield was, and then asked if he could cast acid arrow at it.
Yeah, it's like Hugh casting shield to show it, and then, like, Rai going, hey, how strong is your shield? And it's like, we can try it out, let's go.
And for anyone who's not familiar, Rai's favourite spell is acid arrow. He has been very, very successful with acid arrow, except for, apparently, today. He rolled a 3, which makes acid arrow 11. Actually, no, that's not the right roll, is it? That was something else.
No, that was something else, because I believe Rai got a 1.
Oh, that's right.
Casting acid arrow.
That's right. That's the acid arrow. That other thing was something else. Oh, that... yes, I remember now. But yes, I think that was like our second Nat 1 somewhere. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that.
But in any case,
it's funny how much it happened.
Rai did not hurt Hugh is the important thing. It kind of just sort of fizzled out.
Yeah, just kind of went boing on the shield, and the shield broke because, I mean, it's that kind of spell. Hugh had an AC of 19 in that moment.
Yeah.
But only for that moment.
Which is all you kind of need. And I think that's kind of where we caught up, I think.
Yeah, the two ended up talking about how they learned their magic, which should tie into what we're ending up on in the recording.
Yeah, I think that is it. So we're going to go ahead and hang up here. If there is anything we've missed, oh well, it's lost to time. We've done our best. And you should be able to listen to the rest of the FPS recording in the normal way from here. We do apologize for the technical difficulties again. We'll see you at the end of our FPS. Bye from the past.
Bye-bye.
So I'm going to say that, Rai casts it, and it goes, like a shimmering green arrow kind of comes out the end of his stick and just goes, and, doesn't pierce the shield or anything.
I have this image of, like, just, there's a bonk, and then, like, the arrow just kind of, like, it hits, and then it bounces back a bit, but in that shaking kind of way you see in cartoons before it disappears.
Yep.
Just, like, boing.
Yeah, and Rai's kind of going to tap at his chin a little bit and then look the shield over and go, that's pretty strong.
Try. And I think, I'll say this has been a turn, so the shield actually breaks. And he was actually gonna say, I can't keep it up for long, though. It's this type of shield is more something that I need to time before an attack.
Okay. Boo. Well, that's good. It keeps you safe.
There's also mage armor, but that works a little bit differently.
Oh, that
Have you
sounds
heard of
neat.
it?
No, I haven't. I mean, I don't really... I mean, I've read a few books about different spells, but there hasn't been many... Like, I haven't learned any from a book. I have had to be doing training and have them kind of come out. It's a bit different.
Fair. I know on my end I had to do a bunch of training too, though. It's like, I guess I sit down, I study, I practice a bit, and then I see how well I do.
That sounds a lot easier.
Well, I mean, it doesn't always work, you know? At the end of the day, magic is a skill like any other. You gotta practice, and it doesn't always work out.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, like, you can roll me insight if you want for Hugh.
Sure. You're welcome to roll one for Rai as well. That's a 21.
Holy bleep.
That is a 21.
You perceive. And that is... Oh yeah, here's a fun thing. Oh my goodness. Well, luckily he has Hugh has advantage on insight rolls, and that's an at 20.
Wow. That's...
These two perceive.
They do. Oh boy. Okay, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So, on Hughes and what he noticed is that his training sessions, they were painful. Hugh has had fun learning on his own, but specifically the training sessions which he had with a certain other person, they were painful. He doesn't like that kind of training. He much prefers the type where he's able to go at his own pace, you know?
Hugh kind of gets the impression from the way that Rai's been talking that Rai's opinion is rather the same. Every time he says that he had to go through this training, you get the feeling he was forced to do this magic training, and he hated every second of it. He loves magic, but he doesn't like what he had to go through in order to get it.
I guess right handshake Hugh, because same boat for the both of them, I suppose.
Yep.
I think Hugh on his end is going to be quiet a bit and say, well, I mean, the good thing is we have our own freedom now, so we can go at things the way we want to.
And learn the things we want to.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't supposed to... Back where I'm from, I was only supposed to learn things like Goodberry, or, there are spells that make plants grow. I was only supposed to learn stuff like that. But sometimes other spells just happen, and they were never very happy about that.
Oh. Yeah, I guess on my end, I mean, the kind of spells I'm good at, it was a good thing, but sometimes I didn't learn them fast enough, so there were consequences for that.
Rai's kind of just going to give a very understanding nod. Yeah.
I think if Rai is okay with it, he's like gonna offer a hug, because I think they both need it.
Yeah, I feel like they do. Rai's kind of gonna...
Just like a small hug.
Yeah, Rai will accept a hug. I think it's an awkward sibling hug. Pat.
Yeah. Exactly. I'd like to think that now they're sitting beside each other.
So, you can read a book like this with a spell in it, and then try the spell? Is that how it works? Awkward silence. Morsky, where did you go?
Are you still here?
Oh, I can hear you. There you are.
Okay, yeah, you cut out on me for a for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just say that whole line again. So Rai points at the book and he's like, so you can read this book and you can read the spell in it and then do it? Or try to do it? Is that how it works?
Kind of like that. Sort of, yeah. It's generally it takes a little bit more time, and like it's sort of a way of learning how to shape your magic into what you need. Like Hugh is not like Hugh has like the thoughtful expression TM. And he's like, effectively, yeah, but it tends to take a little bit more time, and just gotta sit down and practice these things.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to my magic, once I've kind of done it once, Like, it sort of just happens sometimes. And then I can practice it a whole bunch, and then I can do it whenever, but... Yeah.
Oh, neat. Yeah, I guess for me it's similar in a way, though it doesn't happen suddenly. I mean sometimes it does. Generally that's what happens with like lightning or thunder magic for me. But like it helps if I can see a spell first, then I can learn from that. And actually, you're gonna see Hugh get kind of the light bulb above his head, and you know, recently I ended up going on a bit on adventure with friends, and I found some spell scrolls. Okay, and he pulls it out. And Rai, have you ever heard of the spell Shadow Blade?
No, but I'm intrigued. It sounds like something I should be able to do.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? And once again, starry eyes for Hugh. And on his end, he's just gonna explain that. So on my end, I haven't been able to get the materials because it helps if I can write down the spells I've learned into my spell book, and then I'll be able. Like, it helps writing them down somewhere for me, and then I can repeat them whenever, but I should be able to make a shadowy blade with this.
Ooh, cool. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do with the... Is it like a dagger or a sword or like a butter knife?
Like, has a thoughtful look, and I think it just simply needs to be in a shape that works for you, you know? I think sword is the usual shape, but you could probably make it into something else if you wanted to, like...
I wouldn't know what to do with a sword.
March has... It's like... I mean, that's fair. March has been showing me a bit... how to use a javelin, so like I have that with me just in case. And I've also seen him use his axe a whole bunch. Maybe I could make my shadow blade look like that.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, just imagine I have this big ol' axe when someone thinks they're close by me, and bam, surprise.
March's axe was like bigger than your head, though.
Yeah, I guess it'll need to be a bit smaller than that, but it's still a neat thought.
Rai's gonna reach over and sort of give the spell scrolls a little bit of a poke. So, is it written on the scroll, or is the magic in the scroll?
It's a bit of both for spell scrolls, I think. 'Cause, I know with the way how I learn magic, I can learn the spell from the scroll. But for most people, when they get a spell scroll, they can only, like, just use the scroll to cast the spell. It's only a one-time use thing, though.
That seems a bit inconvenient.
Kind of, yeah, but I am glad that I can learn the spell at least, so... Once I do finish learning it, I can keep on using it, so...
Well, that's good.
Once I do learn it, do you want to see?
Oh, I would love to see. That sounds so neat! I mean,
yeah.
Shadows is kind of my thing. I'm a dark type, so... dark is kind of what I'm good at. Here, watch. And he's going to actually jump up from his chair and trot around to sort of off to one side from Hugh a little bit. And he's basically standing on top of his shadow. And then he's just kind of going to sink into it.
Hugh's like looking with wide eyes and whoa.
And then you can, as you're looking down at your shadow, you can actually see these two arms kind of just sort of stick out from the top of Hugh's head and just sort of wave around a bit.
I think he's gonna laugh at that and smile, and he's gonna clap. Cause hey, that's actually really neat.
And you can actually roll a perception. Roll a perception. Why not?
Alrighty. Let's go. What does you get with a 23?
Oh, you see everything. Okay, so you can kind of see there is a very slight difference between Hugh's actual shadow and where Rai is, and you can see very clearly Rai's eye, so a big oval-shaped eye with a blue pupil in it, and he just sort of, not quite cha-chas, but he just sort of dances out from Hugh's shadow and is just standing next to it, and you can just looking down at the floor and there's Hugh's shadow and then there's Rai's shadow, but Rai's not standing next to you, kind of thing.
Hey, it's nifty, and I feel like Hugh is gonna attempt to wave in such a way so it looks like his shadow is waving at Rai.
Rai's gonna giggle at that, and like you can still hear him and everything, and he's just gonna wave back at Hugh's shadow.
Yeah, I think Hugh giggles a bit, and like he's going to mention then like, I know something I'd like to learn is how to cast Dispel Magic and Dispel Curse. Though I need to find places where I can learn those spells. So it's kind of a work in progress, but I think they'd be useful.
Yeah, Dispel Curse, that's really powerful.
Yeah, but I'm at the level where I can learn it at least, so...
Neat.
Lynn's mentioned helping me get in contact with someone who can learn it, so we're working on that.
Oh, did she say who?
Her spooky grandparents.
Oh!
I mean, the slappiest in Jacques. And Hugh, like, this is, like, very, like, Hugh said the spooky grandparents bit without thinking, but then, like, this add-on is, like, immediate and, like, please don't tell Lynn I said that. She'll end me.
No, it's okay. I call him that, too.
Great.
That's Jacques and Asclepius.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They're very strong. Asclepius is very strong.
That's great.
You don't want to make him cranky. Ooh.
Should you roll insight at this?
You're welcome to.
17. Okay, and once more to see how that goes. So yeah, we'll take that 17.
Yeah, we'll take the 17. So just from the way that Rai said that, Rai has seen what Asclepius is capable of. And while he's never had that kind of thing pointed at him, thank goodness, he doesn't want it to be.
And you know what? That's fair. He respects that. It's pretty amazing what spellcasters can do.
That's it. But with the 17, you also don't get the impression that Rai is afraid of Asclepius in the slightest. It's more of a he is so strong, holy crap kind of awe, rather than being afraid of him kind of thing.
Good. That's good, and honestly, that's just gonna raise Hugh's opinion of Asclepius.
Rai's gonna reach into his hammer space really quick. He is going to
fumble
his hammer space really quick. Okay. Alright, D20. What do we get? That is a 3. Ah, okay. he reaches into
What
his
does that get us?
he reaches into his scarf and he's in the process of going they got me this, and he pulls out a pine cone. And he just sort of looks at us like,
Yeah. He's like, that's nice.
no,
Is that from one of the trees around there?
no, that's wrong. That's
Oh.
wrong. And he's just gonna put it down on the table, and we're gonna roll that again. That is a 2. That is another fumble.
Oh my goodness.
Because you're gonna get over a 5.
Here's where
after
the fumbles have come.
Oh, here we go. 7.
Okay.
Okay, so the hand goes into his red scarf again. He pulls out an empty chip packet that just sort of goes crinkle, 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 crinkle. Wait, I have a prop.
Oh.
And he just sort of puts it down. It's like, and then he gives it up. He points at it, goes, no, not that. Why do I still have that?
Hugh is just sitting here and kind of watching this go down.
That's a 5. Do you have to get above a
that
5
make it?
or a 5? I don't remember, but you know what? This is funny, so I'm going to roll his fumble down again anyway. I don't care.
Let me double check the thing.
I thought it was a 6 or up. I feel like it was a 6 or up.
Yeah, it will increase to a 50% difficulty, so I think it needs to be more than a 5.
Yeah, okay, great. 13. 13. Oh, okay. This time he pulls out one of those little drink umbrellas. He pulls out a little blue one.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Hugh approves of the color. Hugh approves of the color. He, like, thumbs up.
No, that's from the resort. Where is it? And he kind of pulls his scarf out and is looking in there as if that's going to help. We'll just keep going.
We'll see wherever that goes. Oh, it does.
There we
That's a
go.
10.
That's a 10. So he reaches inside and he pulls out a brooch. And it's in the shape of a skull, and it has gemstones in the eye sockets.
Oh.
This is what they gave me. Not that, or that, or that. This.
Oh, okay. It's pretty. Can Hugh actually roll Arcana?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see how this goes. What does Hugh get with a 19?
Nice, a 19. So
My boy knows magic.
he does know magic. So this is a brooch of the phantasm, and you would think that because I have this item, I would have written down exactly what it does. But I know you can cast fear with it. I can't remember what the other thing is, but I know you can cast fear with it.
Fair. That's entirely fair.
But like
I guess
that's
then
how
he
Rai
would-
is going to explain it too. He's like, I can use it to make magic that makes people scared and run away. Mom's got one too.
And actually, I think Hugh may recognize it because, hey, he does know Lynn and he's seen her. So, like, yeah, you kind of see the metaphorical light bulb.
And
Or
Lynn
maybe
does
not
wear
so
hers.
metaphorical.
Lynn wears
Yeah.
hers rather religiously, so yeah, he probably would
Yeah, that's
look at it
one
and
way
go,
to put
"Oh
it."
yeah, it's like Lynn's one, of course." I haven't
Yeah,
used
exactly.
it before, but
That's fair.
yeah, it's pretty neat. I didn't know you could stick spells inside items like that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it takes a bunch of studying and it can take a lot of work, but it's really neat how some items are like that. He was actually going to like fiddle a bit with the flower. That's now a part of his hair tie. I'm actually able to cast shield with March's friendship token too.
He's
So
going to
we
kinda
aren't quite.
blink. Does March gave me one of those? Does mine do that too?
I'm not sure. I can check. It's From what I've noticed, it seems to be the flowers that were like the. I mean, I haven't checked with anybody else yet, but like everyone who dealt with like an incident with March got that. I can see whether yours has magic in it too, of that kind. We're not too sure how it happened, but it happened.
I know he gave Rai one when they came over, but I didn't write it on my character sheet, so I'm stupid. So I'm going to say that Rai left it up in his room, and he's like, we'll check later.
That's fair. It's like, oh, and actually, I actually have a couple more magic items, but I remembered there's another spell I know.
Hmm?
It's called Alter Self, and Hugh is going to cast it, and so where Hugh's sitting, I guess, you know what? Now he has cat ears and a cat tail, and they wiggle a bit.
He's gonna clap at that. Oh, that's cool. I've learned a new trick too. I haven't told Mom or Nettle that I can do this though. So you gotta keep it a secret, okay? I haven't figured out how to tell him yet.
Okay.
And
Okay. And like he was like, I can pinky promise.
roll an insight really quickly.
Okay. Okay. And once more to see if Hugh gets any higher. We'll take that 18.
Cool. So when Hugh says, "Oh, I can pinky promise it," Rai kind of gives you this expression like he doesn't know why that's significant.
Okay. I think he will notice that, and he'll then mention it's like it's kind of a thing Toons do. I swear I'll keep it a secret.
Oh.
It's pretty important, or it has a fair bit of significance around.
Oh. He kind of looks down at his hands like, I don't have pinky fingers, so. And he does hold up his hands, and he's got a thumb, a pointer finger, and a second finger. That's it.
Hugh has like the thinking face, and then I mean you can probably use your last finger for the pinky promise. I know there are Toons who like only have nubbins for hands doing pinky promises and stuff too. So I think what's most important is the feeling put into it, you know?
Okay. We could try. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I mean, okay, I'm gonna tell them, but I just have to figure out the best way.
Fair. Like, I guess it's not necessary, but like if you want to, I can. I don't mind.
No, I trust you. And, like, I asked Nettle not to, like, spy on us or anything, so. And I trust her, so. It should still be good.
Okay.
So this is what I can do. This is my new trick. And he kind of backs up from the table a little bit, and you watch as he sinks into his own shadow on the floor, and then his shape changes, and then he pops back out again, except he's a different shape. And he now looks like this. He's a little dark grey little puppy with a little red nose. I think
Hugh like has the oh my goodness, that's adorable look on his face, and that's amazing. And Hugh claps a bit.
He kind of parades around a little bit, doing a little bit of a look what I can do kind of strut before he sinks back down into his shadow and pops back out at his normal shape. I don't want to do it too long, just in case Nettle gets curious.
That's fair. It's I know for outer shape. In my case, it's just kind of a I can change my appearance for a bit, or I can uh, or I can let myself breathe underwater for a little while, and like it takes a moment. But now Hugh's appearance has changed once more.
Mm-hmm.
He's still himself, but I'm gonna find the picture. Just give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
But Hugh has fin ears, and he's gonna mention how, well, like this, I'm actually able to breathe underwater.
Ooh, cool. I know a spell that does that.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's good because I'm not very good at swimming. I mean, I can swim. I I was born on an island. I had to be able to swim, but I'm
Fair.
not very good. So when I figured out that I could do this, it was a big relief.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, on my end, I am a good swimmer, but not everyone likes swimming.
Falling out of a boat's a really harsh way to learn a spell, though.
Yeah. You fell out of a boat?
Yeah, yeah, I fell out of a boat.
Does Rai want another hug? Because you will offer it.
He's not going to immediately take this one. He's a little bit too preoccupied standing there looking embarrassed.
I mean, that's fair, and also his and doesn't want to impose, but also, holy bleep, that's one way to learn a spell, I suppose. And I found the picture. Here we go.
Aw, I like that. That's cute.
Yeah, it's just Hugh just simply has these little fin ears now.
Cute.
On my end, this is actually one of the first spells I learned when I went away from home. It was something new, and I figured it would be nice to know. And something else I can do with this spell is, and then there's a moment, and then Hugh looks like himself, but now you can kind of see his eyes are a little bit. His pupils are slit like a cat's. And you'll notice his fingers are actually like sharp. And he's wearing gloves, but he pulls a glove off and you can see he now has claws. Kind of like a cat.
Oh, that's cool. That's kind of like what Mom used to be
This
like.
spell can be good. Huh. Yeah, actually. Though, I guess in this case it's just a bit of magic. It can be good for self-defense. So gotta be careful when you got claws, don't wanna poke someone by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. She's happy now. She doesn't have to worry. It's good. Oh no, did I cut off again? Internet, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this FPS is cursed. Oh no. Oh no, Morsky's dead.
Is this working now?
Hi, Morsky.
Oh my goodness, internet why?
We are not having a good time tonight. Oh no. Oh boy.
My goodness. Okay, well, I guess, where did I cut off?
Let me think. I think you had, Rai had
Sorry?
said that, yeah, it was just kind of like what what Lynn used to have, and then Hugh said, "Oh yeah, that's right," and then he went quiet, and Rai responded then as, "She's happy now. It's better."
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear that last bit, and Hugh's gonna know all of that, and yeah, I'm glad. She's looking much better than what I saw previously, so it's good.
Yeah, she's a proper pom pom now.
Yes, and I want to say there is the mutual cheeky grin of remembering Lynn going absolute floof after their prank in Cooking Actions.
Oh, that was good.
Absolutely. It's like water plus electricity equals a whole lot of static.
Oh, such pranksters these two kids are. Amazing.
It's great.
Rai has been sipping his hot chocolate this whole time, and he kind of looks at the bottom of his mug and is just like, and then drains the last bit of his cup, and then not quite slams it, but like actually with a 6 strength, he could slam it as hard as he wants. It would do nothing. So he's just going to give it a loud dong onto the table, like, I'm done with my hot chocolate.
I feel, well, first of all, I think Hugh also dispelled his alter self, so like, it's good old Hugh. But at this point, I think then it would be fitting that Hugh also finishes his cup, though he places his more carefully on the counter too. Like, that was nice.
Yeah. What other magic stuff should we do?
If you want, I can try going. If you want, we can. Like, there's a list of spells in one of these books, and they're not just for wizards. They're for a bunch of classes. I mean, there aren't explanations on how to do them, but we could look it over a bit.
Yeah, that sounds fun. He kind of gives his back a bit of a stretch. It's like, this is not very comfortable doing this in the kitchen, though. Do you want to go see the pillow fort?
Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna roll strength again and see how that goes. That's a 5.
I mean, it's not a 0 like before.
Thankfully. I think Hugh tries to pick up all 3 books, but like he fails a bit and he's probably thinking I must be more tired than I thought, and he slips the 2-hour books away and he picks up the one he mentioned.
I'm gonna give just because it's funny. See if Rai can pick up the other 2. Nope. That's
no,
4.
He cannot.
That is a 4, ladies and gentlemen. That is a 4. He cannot.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Hugh just slips the other 2 books into his hammer space because these 2 kids are shrimp.
Fondly referred to as noodle mages. Their arms are limp noodles.
Yes. They're trying their best, but they're small.
They're very small. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So they're picking up all the books and stuff, and Rai is gonna lead Hugh into one of the other rooms where there is a permanent pillow fort, and he's just kind of there's like an open front, and he's just kind of half diving through into this pillow fort, and then he sort of pops back up from behind the first layer of pillows in the wall, and then motions for Hugh to come and join him.
Yeah, and he's gonna go and join him. He like passes the book over first, and he's gonna clamber on in, and I'd like to think that these 2 then get settled down like with pillows and blankets around each other and possibly wrapped around each other. Would you say they fall asleep while reading this book?
Absolutely, because fun thing about the Stagehand's hot chocolate, even though it wasn't, as expertly made as when Lynn makes it, it's it's a very good sleep aid, and I mean Hugh is tired anyway, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes too long for the two of them to just sort of doze off. One big tome in between them, and a whole lot of blankets and pillows around them. And I think that's probably a good place to leave these two nerds.
Yeah, I think here's where we can cut it off, just like